Hello, friends and beautiful people. I am out checking the high tunnel this morning, and I wanted to tell you about, just give you kind of an update on everything going on. It's funny, not funny. We have been under a ton of stress. We've had the moving going on. We told you about the son who was in the vehicle accident, and he's fine. Thank you all for your prayers. His hand is looks like it's mending well. He's still off work, and there's attorneys involved and everything else now, but he's doing well. Oh, my lips are chapped. Look at that. But then we had our other son was in a motorcycle accident. And anytime you're in a motorcycle accident and you can walk away, you're just lucky to be alive. So we are grateful and thankful for that. He broke his wrist. The other son was following him. He broke his wrist and his big toe. I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing. I don't know if you've ever had a broken toe. I broke my big toe once and it hurts. But they did say that if he hadn't have been wearing boots, things would have been a lot different. So we had that going on, all the stresses of moving, and then Hubs's truck took it over to the neighbors to get worked on, and it wasn't done when it was supposed to be done. Not his fault. He had to order a part. Here, I'll show you. There's the neighbors, and there's Hubs's little truck. So we had intended to take his vehicle, my vehicle, and 2 trailers to take a load down to the new farm, the Amish farm. And I'm not going to tell you which one yet, because we're gonna do a video and give you a tour. We did, I don't think there's any question that we went with an Amish farm, but anyway, the plan was to take both vehicles, 2 trailers, load it up, and get a load down there, because closing is coming sooner than you're ever ready for. Physically anyway. Mentally, I'm there. I'm ready to go. So that was the plan, and his truck wasn't going to be done. We told him no worries, we'll just take the one load down. So we're driving to the farm. We're driving up to the farm, and we both at the exact same time, and we're talking quite 45 minutes into the drive, we look at each other and we're like, we forgot the trailer. So we went out with just what was in my vehicle. And we were already committed. We'd already told them, because it's not like you can reach out and call them and say, hey, we're not coming. We'd already told them that we would be up, so we went ahead and went. And there were some measurements we wanted to take, and we wanted to see how far along they were with clearing out barns for us to move in barns. So the stress level was pretty high for both of us. So we got there, and we knew he wasn't going to be there, but she was there, and I was talking to her for a while, and we were talking about just how our day had gone, kind of some of the stresses we had had. And I asked her if she was excited about moving, and she said no. She said that the farm they're moving to is much smaller. They're building a house, so that's not the issue. It's just that I think it's because her parents live pretty close to where she's living now. And I could feel that her heart hurt. I don't know how to explain that, but he's thrilled and he's excited, and she's not. And I looked down, and because I wondered if she's got kids that she's taking care of, and then she's got the house, and she's got to pack, and all these things. And yet she had such a calm spirit. And I looked down, and she was barefoot. And the kids were barefoot. And it gave me pause, because they're such a calm people. They really don't stress the way we do. They don't live in the pace that we live in either. So it reminded me of a garden video I did. I think it was last year, where I talked about grounding. And there are physical and mental, there's studies that have proven it, but there are physical and mental benefits of touching the soil. And that can be through your hands or through your feet. Or there's lots of other ways, but there's an electric charge from the soil through your body, and that can help with everything from cardiovascular issues to, there's a whole list. Fibromyalgia, I think, is one of them. Inflammation, anyway. But it also, there's a stressor component. So, and here I am in my work boots and my jeans, and I sat down on the porch next to her and I took off my boots and my socks. And she just looked at me funny. And then she and I took a walk in the yard. I didn't tell her what I was doing. I didn't want to make her uncomfortable I didn't want her to think that it was something spiritual that would be, against her beliefs. So I just did it. But I think she knew. It was just weird. So we got back, and at that point, we had already had the vehicle unloaded, and Hubs was out doing some measuring and looking at barns and things. And I just put my boots and my socks back on, and as we were driving home, I felt such a peace. And I just kind of wanted to remind you about that. Don't forget that when you're out there, there's a spirituality to it. You are, your hands are in God's soil, and you're pulling that electric pull from Him, and it's de-stressing you. And honestly, friends, I can't tell you how excited I am for the new farm. And the slower pace. We got to go around and meet some of the other Amish in the area, because while there are the big hardware stores and the big feed stores and the big everything, grocery stores, there's also this secret network of Amish businesses. And it was super, super exciting. And Andy, which was one of the business owners we met, was telling us that we will be the third set of English people who have moved in the past year, whose names are Joe and Cynthia. So I was joking with him, and I told him, I said, well, at least you will remember our names. So, but friends, I cannot wait to give you a tour of the new farm. And if you like our content, like and subscribe. You're going to get a big vision on what it's like to go from having all this electric and traffic to having nothing. So till the next time, be blessed and be a blessing.